Tonight, from Empower Field at Mile High in Denver, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Denver Broncos taking on the Cleveland Browns.
We find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Tonight, it's our first Monday night game of the new season, and we've got a good one coming up, as it'll be the Cleveland Browns taking on the Denver Broncos. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, the new season finally here. We had the great one Thursday night. All sorts of intrigue in the games yesterday, and now we put a bow on this first weekend with a good one here tonight. And off we go from Denver. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. That often runs you into a penalty.
And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive INT. On 2nd and 10, Watson. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
And all of that, nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way he wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down. The Browns send out their punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. Taken right around the 44. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and it'll be a short field for the Broncos as they take over 1st and 10. So now you've got their offense coming out for the first time with great initial field position. And they will be led out by a young man making his first NFL start.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
A first carry now. This is Williams. And he's going to take this down close to a 1st down at the Browns' 38. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes, and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play. Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped him, bringing up 4th down.
Too long for a field goal, too short to punt that in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. looking to throw. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Broncos first down as the defense couldn't come up with a big play. In fact, they got 6 more than they needed, a gain of 8 on 4th and 2. Now a toss left side. It's Williams. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And the pursuit that time was absolutely top-notch. He was looking to try and turn upfield somewhere. Kept trying to find a place. Somewhere never showed up.
2nd and 11. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Now a leaping catch. He's got it. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns 16. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. A nice completion there for the first down. And Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week 1. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020? He was excellent. Kyler Murray with the Cardinals. The best part about his game has his team run the brink of the playoffs. And Deshaun Watson has won division titles after having started from day 1.
2nd and 2, first down marker at the 5-yard line. Off the option, he'll try and run with it. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down. Pretty good job there defensively of stringing that one out.
Yeah, you've got a quarterback who's waiting and waiting for something to develop, and it just never materialized, and down he went behind the line of scrimmage.
They'll come up now, 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
So now on 4th down, Sean Payton's going to turn it over to the field goal unit. This just a 24-yard attempt. And his kick is indeed good. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-0. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. They went 3 and out on their first drive of the new season. Not an ideal beginning as they start drive number 2, 1st and 10. Now it's Watson. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. A quick first down pickup. Good start after going 3 and out on their opening drive.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Back to throw, Watson. His throw incomplete. He was trying to get it to his tight end, David Njoku, and now it's 2nd down. Throwing again is Watson. Flushed out right. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Throwing on third down, Watson. And that nearly intercepted. Boy, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. But instead, it's fourth down. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around. 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And this one is incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Now we give up the middle to Williams. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. The Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd down and a yard. In motion goes Patrick. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And Judy's going to have a Broncos first down as he'll take this down to the 44-yard line. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Payne. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's 2nd down. A nice throw right there, and these fans getting their first look at their QB1 of the future. And I'd imagine it's got to be a big plus for him to get his first start here in front of that home crowd.
I know there's a school of thought about getting your first start away from home so you don't have the extra pressure of that crowd behind you. But I say ride the wave, embrace it. Go ahead and play to that level, and I think it's going to benefit him in the long run.
And Williams is going to pick up a Broncos first down as the tackle made down at the 33. They'll stay on the ground with Williams. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. 45 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll bring up 2nd down. They'll drop to throw. Got his man, it's Dulcich. And the Broncos are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9. A chance for a first touchdown drive of the year. It's 1st and goal. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Finding his big receiver, Patrick, over the middle. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Again, he'll drop to throw. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. Another good drive, Charles, but it looks like another that might end in a field goal try.
They've made some nice plays. They've given themselves opportunities, but as you noted, Another field goal attempt coming up. And that's not how they want to end drives. They've got to figure out what's the final touch that they need to push it across the goal line.
Yeah, still yet to find the end zone. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive. On 1st and 10, Watson. This is the tight end, Njoku. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
A nice chunk play from the tight end position, and it illustrates the cohesiveness that he and his quarterback have. Both saw the extra defender doubling him up, and they still combined for the completion and big gain.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. A first carry now for Nick Chubb, and he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum.
And he's going to lose a yard or 2, taken down behind the line. Baron Browning able to get him down behind the line of scrimmage. Loss of a yard. He's certainly one of those quarterbacks that can burn you with his mobility, but that time able to hem him in and get him to the ground.
Perfect descriptor right there about how they kept him in the pocket. Excellent job of containment, but they were still able to continue to bring such strong pressure without letting him escape. But how about those guys in the secondary as well? Kept the coverage tight, plastered to the receivers, and left no real options for him to throw it downfield.
38-yard line, 2nd and 11. They'll go left side on the ground with Chubb. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Here is 3rd down and 4. To throw is Watson. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
3rd and 4 is always a tough call. Maybe a little too long to run for it, but not too long to hit him on the quick slant. And that was well executed. Found the window and zipped it right in there.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. And the Broncos are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection. And now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Short throw caught by Dulcich. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Six nothing our score after 1. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. Now 2nd and 9. They're going to look to throw. He'll get this one to Patrick. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 38-yard line. 15 yards there on the catch and run.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 38. Up the middle, it's Williams. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8. They'll look to throw. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete. So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a 1st. They'll set up a throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this will stay a 1-score game as the lead will hold at 6. Another opportunity now for the Browns offense. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their 1st interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
2nd and 10. Now Watson. They set up the screen to Chubb. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. Watson on 3rd down. And incomplete. They tried to drop it off, but he couldn't hold on.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right, and the deficit will stay at 2 field goals. Denver Broncos back out there. Former Tar Heel Javonte Williams. We shine the spotlight on him. And it may just be the 2nd quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for 2nd down. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Well, Well, we've seen running backs in today's NFL get involved in the passing game. Maybe it's about time more receivers like that get involved in the running game.
And that is something we are seeing more and more in this league, no question about it. That wasn't the biggest of gains, but it was enough to get them a first down. And it continues to test the defense. They have to think on every play about who might end up with the ball.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Back to throw here. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up second down. Well, another completion there, and what a big moment in a young quarterback's life, that first NFL start. And Charles, obviously they want him to win games, but if they're looking at him under a microscope in this first month or so, what do you think they're hoping to see from him?
Well, for every question they'll have for him, they should have for themselves as a coaching staff, because it's not just how quickly can he learn the offense, it's what they can teach him, right? How can he build a relationship with his receivers? And, of course, how open is he to learning? And, of course, how open are they to giving him things that he can put in place on the field?
Throwing the out route and complete. It's Patrick. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that's going to bring up a fourth down.
Now, that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the first down sticks are, yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
Well, they'll say no to the 46-yard field goal try. They're going to go for it. Here we go with Williams. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on fourth down. They were certainly in field goal range, opted to go for it. Hey, they were able to pick it up.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, but look at it this way. The kicker had missed one before, so they decided to stay out and go for it, and it worked. But now, just one missed field goal and you're not trusting him? He'll be visiting a team psychiatrist this week because he's going to want some answers about why they wouldn't put it back out on the field.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
From the 20, here's 2nd and 4. Back to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Sutton. And Sutton will have the Broncos first down as he gets this down to the 13-yard line. They go back to the ground with Williams. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. And they'll come up 2nd and 7. They'll set up to throw. This is caught. And he's brought down. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up 1st and goal. Williams. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. This will cost him 11 yards there on the 2nd and goal sack.
So they were stopped trying to run the ball on first down. Now they take a sack on 2nd down. The offensive coordinator's got to find a way to flip the script on the defensive coordinator because right now the defense has the advantage.
A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal. Now back to throw. Throw to the right, caught by Dulcich. And he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. A gain of 5, but not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
So now on 4th down, Sean Payton's going to turn it over to the field goal unit. From the right hash, and this one just a chipping. And this one is right through. And that will make this a 9-point lead. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about one-score lead, two-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
Cleveland offense making their way out. They'll be in search of their initial points of the contest, trailing 9-0 as they begin with a first down. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb, and just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Watson. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. The Browns on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. Watson now to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. It'll go as a sack, a loss of 3, and in turn, it takes us to a 4th down. And, of course, that's not an easy man to sack. You know how elusive he can be trying to get outside of the pocket. That was a great play on the defensive side.
And I wonder what was going through his mind, because he didn't seem as committed to using his legs to pick up yardage. He wanted to keep that play alive, so either take off and go or throw it away. But he held on to the football and ended up getting sacked.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the Broncos take over. First down and 10. Denver's offense ready to go again. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added onto their lead. But that was a drive that was so long, it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game, but we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive, and he's going to profess that he was happy to get points, and we know that's not true.
Yeah.
Okay, after this type of a drive, not getting a touchdown, a huge disappointment.
2nd and 2. Open man, he completes it to Judy. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. The busy night continues for Williams. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd down and 8. They'll send a receiver in motion left. And he's going to be down at the 35, gain of 7. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, here's Williams. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Calling no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
Well, we got beef eaters licking their chops and tasty dish in one fell swoop.
I did apologize in advance, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. That line's not eating tofu. I'll tell you that much for free. And this offense has converted twice already here in this first half on 4th down conversions. And here we go again. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Throw left side complete. That's Payne. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. 2nd and 5. Flush to his right. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
Haven't met a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder if he wasn't a first-round pick. They want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the first down there, no hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I bet he would have tried running through their entire defense if it meant reaching that marker.
And it's caught. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. More muscle up front for this 2nd and 2. They've got 3 tight ends out there. P-Ryan is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Williams. And Williams is going to be stopped short of the yellow line. He did not get there. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps, and the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
The Browns now going to take over late in this first half. They're certainly in need of some kind of points here before the end of the half. A field goal or something being shut out right now. They could really use some momentum before they head into halftime. On first down, Watson. Going out wide, finds Chubb. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Here's Watson. And that went to the right side and incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Here's Watson. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
This is fielded at the 27. A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Broncos going to get one more possession in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down. So we come upon halftime in what's a 12-point game at the break. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin out in the windy city of Chicago, and they are seconds away from halftime, all tied in that one. Next, we head off to check out another game, and you can see they are scoreless as they play the 2nd quarter. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the 2nd quarter.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the 2nd half. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Broncos Broncos offense set to begin this third quarter. Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead. Now a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the third quarter.
Yeah, believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it's really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it. And in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them too.
3rd and 5. He'll drop to throw. It's caught on the right side, Williams. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8.
They certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, he catches it off the tip. It wasn't even intended for him. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 9. Now carry number 20 of the game. Here's Williams. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5. This now a 3rd and 4. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Short throw caught by Dulcich. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. He'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. He continues to deliver a first down here. He had 4 catches in the first half, and this one number 5. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Here's a 2nd and 9 now from the 29. They'll look to throw here. And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the Browns will take over here at their own 14-yard line. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind, and we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive, escaping the pressure right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
I do think it's fair to say they were caught off guard a little bit when we decided not to throw it on 1st down. But give them credit. They recovered in time to deny him the 1st down yardage. But it's only 2nd and short. So that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And he's able to pick up the 1st before he's taken down at the 27. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Back to throw, Watson. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now it's Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. They'll send this away into the Rocky Mountain Night, and it's a good one. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting 1st downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. And he'll get about 2 there to the 36. Still needing 10 yards. Now it's 3rd down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Patrick. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
Here's Riley Dixon now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. With the football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns.
And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right, he's pretty much been completely neutralized.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Looking to throw. Watson. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. And this defense rallies, and they stop him short of the 1st down right near the 24. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down.
That pattern and scheme was well defensed on 3rd down. He tried to just sprint from one side of the field to the other, and they got it to him quickly. But no chance at yards after the catch there, and they stop him short.
The Browns send out their punter now, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field.
This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
And they'll bring Judy in motion right. And they'll fake the jet sweep, but instead of give up the middle to Williams. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. 106 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the season opener.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
To throw now on 1st down. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. 2nd and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener. The throw over the middle, taken in. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 32-yard line. That one good for 16 as the drive continues.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. They'll look to throw again. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
I tell you what, that's a veteran play from a guy in his 1st season in the NFL. A lot of rookies will try and force something there. He thought better of it, and that was the right decision.
Back to throw again. Finding the open man, and that's Tim Patrick. And he is stopped just short on 3rd down. Got 9 yards, but needed 10.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
It would appear Sean Payton's made the decision here. They will go for it on 4th. They'll drop to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And this Browns defense stands tall.
So an interesting decision at this stage of the game to go for it. You think maybe that missed field goal earlier had anything to do with it?
If it did, I'm really surprised because usually one miss is not enough to alter your game plan. My only thought is maybe he got hurt or maybe they just understand that it's not his day for some other reason we don't know right now. But in general situations, you run him back out there and let him have another chance.
From the 31, here's 2nd and 2.
Chubb on the counter. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Faking the give. Now Watson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. So they will set up shop. Excellent field position in the red zone at the 19-yard line. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that sixth sense, doesn't he?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Eluding the pressure right. And some strong running. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the 1st down marker. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Touchdown! Greg Dulcich
From 10 yards out.
And the Broncos are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead.
Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting run so much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
Point after, up and good. And that will make this a 19-point game. The drive there only spanning 3 plays.
And a Greg Dulcich touchdown reception finished that drive off. This taken in at the goal line. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
2nd and 6.
Up the middle, it's Chubb. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The offense on 3rd down tonight, just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This will be 3rd and 5. And incomplete on the deep ball.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but Certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
2 yards on the pickup there, and it's 2nd down. To throw is Watson. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And he'll get it down here to the 43. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. To the air yet again, Watson. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Fighting to stay upright. And he works free. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the 1st, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
He certainly isn't looking at the scoreboard out there because, to me, all he's concerned about is analyzing the field and making most of the time left in this game. Deficit's still there, but he's starting to hit them with some big plays.
On 1st down, it's Watson. That's out to Chubb, complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20.
2nd and a couple.
Out of the gun, Watson. To the right side, and he's got more, complete. And they just keep marching right along. 1st down on a pickup of 8 there. Now Watson.
And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's 2nd down now.
A shotgun snap for Watson. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Again, it's Watson. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Brandon, that's a gamer move right there. Facing 3rd down, steps up, calls his own number, and nearly makes the house call. If I'm the coach, I let him take another one right here. Give him a chance to be the first one to hit the end zone after that effort he just gave him.
A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal.
From the gun, here's Watson.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Back to throw. Watson. And he's got it. Touchdown, Browns. Jordan Akins. A 1-yard touchdown reception.
And the Browns are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Now Cade York for the extra point.
And they're able to cut the deficit to 12. That drive, a long one, spanning 15 plays. And it's capped off by the Browns' touchdown.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away.
On the return, Tremont Smith.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, fourth quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be second down.
A nice throw there. We've seen a lot of those from this young man. And how would you assess, Charles, his first start thus far?
I think it's been everything that they could have asked for because he's handled all the basic things quite well. And even some of the wrinkles that have been thrown at him, he's shown a lot of poise throughout and made some nice plays.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Again, he'll drop to throw.
That is caught.
Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a first down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. They'll set up to throw. And his throw here is going to be incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw. Finding his big receiver, Patrick, over the middle. And this defense rallies, and they stop him short of the first down right near the 24. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be 4th down.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
So now on 4th down, Sean Payton's going to turn it over to the field goal unit. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further. Following the field goal on is Riley Dixon to kick this one away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
On 2nd down, here's Watson. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. Watson. This is the tight end, Njoku. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Fourth quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You've got the first one for the second one to even matter.
Now, quick throw there is incomplete.
Watson to throw on 3rd and 1. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Chris Jones able to get him down for a loss of 11, and it brings up 4th down.
You can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
Desperation time. Watson on 4th down.
And he's going to pick up the Browns' first down. And it is a big letdown there defensively. They somehow allowed to convert on 4th and long.
The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks. And they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together?
So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10.
Here's Watson. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. And Chubb will try the middle here. Oh, fighting off the defender. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Watson now to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
In motion, there goes Bell. Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. They run the counter. Felton. Oh, good move. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Sets him up nicely. 1st and goal. It was a pickup of 14.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Here's Watson.
To the sideline and incomplete.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
This crowd doing all they can. Here's 3rd and goal.
Looking to throw. Watson toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Here's a big one. It's 4th and goal.
They will indeed snap it to Watson. Njoku pulls this one in. He's got it for a Cleveland touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown catch.
And the Browns' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. So this now a 9-point difference. You figure the book here says kick the extra point, make it a one-score game.
Now, you and I have seen coaches get overly aggressive in this spot, but I agree with you. Kick it here and get back within a score.
And now in a 9-point game, they'll still just need to go for one here. And it's good, so that will get them back within one score. That drive, a long one, spanning 15 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. From his end zone, here's Tremon Smith. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
And Denver getting set to take the field. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you've got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
Well, that one hurts. That wipes away what would have been a big play.
Well, you and I both know coaches aren't real big on silver linings, but at least that play call was a successful one. Now the focus offensively, that goes to overcoming the penalty and making all that yardage back again.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Now an option play, and he'll keep it.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. A give to Williams, running right. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Riley Dixon now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Good coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10.
So now it's Watson and the Browns.
Down by 8. A little over a minute and a half remaining. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down.
Here's Watson.
Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
Final 90 seconds here. It's 2nd and 10. Watson completes to Njoku. Well, this one's had a season's worth of thrills already, and it's still week 1. Here's 3rd down now.
And that is incomplete.
This one, an absolute must. It's 4th and 4. Watson to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Final minute, no timeouts at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10. That one caught by Felton. They'll come up now on 2nd down. To throw, Watson. And that's going to be incomplete.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear in risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get him the completion.
Now Watson. Oh, Cooper with a nice grab.
And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 36.
That's going to be taken in by Felton.
And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
Well, partner, that'll do it. These week 1 primetime games, they always seem to have a little bit more electricity, a little more anticipation. A fun one tonight, and a lot of fun ones that we have on the road ahead.
And, partner, I love the word you just used there, electricity. Things were crackling out there, weren't they? And let's face it, both of these teams came in with the idea, get off to the start. Get off to a 1-0 start and get your season going. That could spark an excellent season for them. They've got that in their pocket now.
So for the Broncos, it's a great win here on a Monday night as they'll start the new campaign 1-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Broncos are winners as we say so long from Denver.